It's a St. Patrick's Day dinner that's not so traditional, but still oh so delicious. Joining us now is Chef Mike Harrison, Food Services Director at the Buckley Healthcare Center in Greenfield. Chef Mike, always nice to have you here.
Glad to be here, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
This past Wednesday, you had an early St. Patrick's Day dinner.
Yes, yes. Well, we have a family dinner where the folks who live there, reside there, we put it for all their family members. It's a free meal. We have a bunch of staff that volunteers that help out that work there, nurses, admissions, social services. We do 2 seatings, and we'll see about between 75 and 100 guests.
That's got to mean so much to them too, to have the family meal and everyone spends time together. It doesn't cost them anything. It's just so nice.
It's like having Thanksgiving 12 times a year.
Right, exactly.
And the residents benefit from it.
And their family members love the food, I can only imagine.
For the most part, it was funny. When I first started doing it, they were a little nervous because it's not traditional stuff you'll see on a menu. And about 3 months into it, one of the family members said, you know something, when I first signed up for this, I was kind of nervous. And he goes, now I look forward to it and I try everything you make and it's always awesome.
Yes, I agree with him.
Okay.
Now, what are we making today?
This is my Irish meatloaf. Definitely not traditional. What I did prior, time restraints that we have.
Right.
This is a mirepoix or celery, onions, and carrots. Sauteed them up, and then I added about a cup of Guinness. Cooked that down, let it cool.
So it almost looks like a hash brown or something.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, now that you stir it up, it is mirepoix with Guinness in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it adds that flavor.
Yep.
To it. Okay, then you mix it with just ground beef. Nothing else is in there.
Nope, just ground beef.
Okay.
And then here's the secret ingredient.
Secret.
I
thought, is it mac and cheese?
No. This is, what I do is I take milk and goldfish.
Goldfish, like our kids' favorite snack.
Like Pepperidge Farms goldfish. And I'm going to mix this in.
Now, how do you do that? Do you crush them up? Do you let it soak?
Yeah, just let it soak.
Really?
Yep. Little egg.
Wow. That is a secret ingredient.
And
some eggs, so a couple eggs.
Yep, little cayenne.
Little, wow, that's going to have a nice kick to it, huh?
Well, you got to remember, we got 4 pounds of meat.
That's right. You got to kick it up a notch there.
Absolutely.
Okay, then you put some Worcestershire, and what's that?
Dry mustard.
Okay.
And then because it's going to go in the oven, I can use my...
Well, that's fine. You can do that. I'll just watch.
Yeah.
And we'll talk.
So then we're going to put this, we're going to fold this in. Then we're going to put it on a baking pan. We're going to cover it with Canadian bacon. Bake it in the oven for about 350 for about an hour. And at the end, we'll just put it on broil so it makes that Canadian bacon nice and crisp. It's done.
Really? So you don't put it in a loaf pan?
No.
Because it's too much for a loaf pan, right?
Well, if you have 2 loaf pans.
I guess that's true. Split it up. So you mix that up, and then you put it on the pan, and we have one going in the oven. So we're going to come back, and we'll show that off. And you're also going to show us how to make...
cabbage and potato purses.
Not ones that you carry and put your wallet in, though.
Oh, no.
No. All right, we'll be back with Chef Mike in just a bit. Harrison from Buckley Healthcare Center in Greenfield. Now, earlier you made your Irish meatloaf.
Yes.
It went in the oven and already came out because you had one ready, and so here it is. It's finished up.
So yeah, that's our Irish meatloaf. Now to accompany it, I'm going to make a cabbage and potato purse. So what I did is I boiled off some cabbage. When it was boiling, about 3-4 minutes into it, I took some of the outer leaves off so that we could just basically create the cavity that we're going to put a mixture of potatoes, a mixture of chopped cabbage and onions, and then potatoes on top, and then we're going to put a crumb topping. Bake that in the oven, 350 for a half hour.
Sounds amazing. Now, once you've boiled the cabbage, you take out the outer leaves. Those are going to serve put in your muffin tins, right?
Yes.
Or whatever it may be.
Yep.
Okay, so then once you've got that done, what's the next step?
Well, these are some boiled potatoes, a little bit of butter, about 3 ounces of cheddar. We're going to add a little bit of buttermilk because everything tastes better with buttermilk.
But that's different than half and half, like cream, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little more buttery. I mean, most people use it in ranch dressing, or if you want a phenomenal fish or a phenomenal chicken, buttermilk. Soak it in buttermilk.
Okay. Then you add some horseradish.
Yep, a little bit of horseradish. I'm going to mix this up.
Right. Now, I saw you put those in the microwave. Can you boil your chopped potatoes in the microwave, actually get them cooked?
You can, but you really want, what I did is I boiled them first in a little salted water. I just brought them back to life in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
You know, our show's 45 minutes, and
yeah,
to get all this done.
you gotta bring them back to life, right? That's called TV magic. That's,
yes.
That's whatever you gotta do to make it work on TV, right?
Yep.
So you mix all that together.
Yep.
All right, now what do you do with the cabbage?
All right. So we're gonna get started with the cabbage. Basically, I take the cabbage leaf out.
Now, did you put them in cold water to blanch them?
Yes.
Or, okay.
So they'd stop their cooking.
Right.
And I'm going to take this little stem out because it's kind of bitter. Okay. And then right down here, what I've done with the parchment paper, I take two pieces of parchment paper and put it on an axe. This way, when they're done cooking, you can take them out.
You're not fighting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of cut off all that tough stuff on the end, and then you make your little purses, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now you don't have to dry them off.
Nope.
The leaves.
Well,
right?
You should.
Oh, okay.
You should.
But if you're in a rush, if you're on TV, don't do it. Just throw them right in there. Okay, good. And you put some butter in there too, so that it gets nice and crispy on the bottom. Okay, then we put our potato mixture with cheese and buttermilk into them.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that.
What you got going on there?
This is some of the cabbage and onion mix.
Put that on top.
And then another layer of this.
Oh my goodness. And then
Little crumb topping.
What's in the crumb topping? Is it
just
breadcrumbs?
I'm going to tell you a quick story. My grandmother we wouldn't eat broccoli, cauliflower, anything like that. My grandmother would take oil and breadcrumbs and fry them up, call it dirt. And you feed a kid dirt, they're golden.
Hey, buddies, guess what I had for dinner last night?
and all of a sudden, we'd start eating vegetables that we would never eat.
Because it was covered in dirt.
Covered in dirt. So we're going to place this in the oven.
And those are an individual serving. So each person gets one little purse full of the potato and the cabbage and onion and all that stuff.
If you're working on a bunch of them, you can always use muffin tins too.
Oh, okay. Now this is in like a.
Yeah. So we're just gonna.
Oh, look at how cute that is.
It's just. Place that right there.
And it goes right with your Irish meatloaf, and you're ready to say Happy St. Patrick's Day, right?
Absolutely. And then the other thing that we did was a little potted crab, which was real nice. We made them in monkey dishes. Later butter, little lemon, some sherry, some garlic. Heated that in the oven, and that was our appetizer. And then we had a watercress and red endive salad.
Oh my goodness.
And then of course,
sounds delicious.
Whiskey bread pudding.
Of course, whiskey bread pudding, right. So
and everybody
Irish
slept well that night.
Meatloaf with potato purses and whiskey bread pudding. Sounds amazing. Your food is delicious, Mike. Thanks so much for joining us. And happy St. Patrick's Day.
To you.
I can't wait to try your grandma's dirt recipe. For more information on Buckley Healthcare Center in Greenfield, visit buckleyhealthcare.com.